everything he is in DBZ. You know what I mean? Like, and so it was cool.
I love Frieza. I love everything about him now. Let's go to the next part. So, a part that did get leaked on the internet, I saw thumbnails for it, and it's just like this little snippet. First off, Gogeta is about to destroy Broly. About to obliterate with a Kamehameha wave. And the alien girl, who is now Broly's friend, used the Dragon Balls to wish Broly away. Which was pretty cool. You didn't really like it that much. It's okay. They couldn't really do it any other way.
No,
honestly.
After seeing the actual ending, they couldn't have done it any other way. It just kind of felt compish, outish.
There's a reason they did that, and here's why. So she wished him to go to his original planet, the planet he was raised on, which, Vamos or something like that?
Balmood or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, well, they end up traveling there, her and her older alien friend, end up traveling that planet and seeing Broly, right? And they end up kind of befriending him, bringing a bunch of food so he doesn't have to eat all this alien blood and stuff. And then all of a sudden...
He never had water.
He never had water.
Yeah, he never had water before they met up.
Blood and all that stuff, guts.
Yeah,
and Goku shows up. Goku instant transmissions there, and which kind of surprised me a little bit, but I knew something had to happen. And basically, he gives Broly and his friends a bunch of food, a bunch of capsules that Bulma made for him, housing, bedding, showers.
Sensu beans.
Sensu
gave
beans.
Broly 2 Sensu beans.
Gave Cell 1. Well, he ended up getting the whole bag. Anyway, basically says, you're going to be my new training partner. Hi. And that's pretty cool. And then the best part was the ending quote from him was that they asked him, the little alien girl asked him, what's your name? What do we call you? He says, you can call me Goku. So good. And then he turns his head and says, well, you, Broly, you can call me Kakarot. And tell them why that's a special moment right there.
I love it. I love it. If you know anything about the Dragon Ball history, right? Like, Raditz shows up like, hey, Kakarot. It's like, my name's Goku. You can fuck off. Like he lets Vegeta call him Kakarot simply because, like, he views Vegeta as, like, an equal. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those, like, oh, Vegeta, like, we're close enough. Like, I guess I don't really give a shit what you call me as long as you call me something, so he allows it. But this is the only time you ever see Goku willingly telling someone to call him Kakarot. Like, I mean, out of the 15 plus years of Dragon Ball history, like, this is the only time it's ever happened. Broly is one of the only other Saiyans. This is also one of the only other Broly movies where Broly doesn't necessarily die at the end. So it is interesting that, like, they kind of open this can of worms up to where, like, Broly being a type of anti-hero. Because, I mean, again, it took them fusing together.
I mean, Beerus, again, wasn't a villain, but Beerus wasn't killed either.
Beerus started off as a villain, but it did become the anti-hero. But I mean, with Broly, you can't tell me you went in that movie theater and didn't expect Broly to be the villain.
Yeah, I thought Broly was gonna die.
You know what I mean?
It turned out, honestly, it was only Paragus and Frieza, the real villains. So Broly was just a tool, which they call him that in the movie. It's just a weapon of destruction. That's all he is. He's very innocent. She calls him innocent, the alien friend, which I love those characters. They were pretty funny.
They were good for the... Yeah, I enjoyed them overall in the story.
I did too.
They were very interesting.
Compared to the rest of the minions that Frieza Force had, they were my favorite.
Well, they reminded me of, what was that little weird dude that was part of, like, the Galactic Force or whatever?
Oh,
and,
Jocko.
Jocko. They kind of reminded me of, like, anti-Jocko characters for whatever reason.
Honestly, Jocko's a little bitch.
I mean, they weren't too great either, but...
I loved them. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. The questions that we had in the movie. The questions that I think everyone's going to have if you're a big Super fan, Z fan, and Ball fan is, let's start with a big one, is there's a point where, was it Vegeta asked Goku? Goku was fighting. Vegeta asked Goku on the back. Vegeta asked Goku, or Kakarot, have you ever seen a Saiyan like this? And he said no. And that's interesting because, last year or a year and a half ago, didn't we see Kefla?
The Broly bitch.
So let's go over why we think that's actually a correct statement. And number one is, Paragus brings up the fact that Broly has learned to control his 8 form without a tail into his base form. So that's really important here is that we think, and I think we both agree on this, that it's the difference between an 8 form in base form and a raged machine.
Which is
yeah.
what Kefla was.
Berserk
Kefla
rage.
was a berserk Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Even before Broly went Super Saiyan, Broly was able to harness the power of the Great Ape form in his base form. So he got all the strength and all the power upgrades without the lack of mobility or speed. And you even had a very valid point of, isn't that technically just Super Saiyan 4? And I mean, like, it's, but, like, yeah, you know, like, we can semi make that argument to an extent.
You know why? Because, honestly, it's a good idea, okay? Some things GT did right was the Super Saiyan 4. We've talked about this. Super Saiyan 4 was done right. It's a great transformation. And I'm glad they didn't give him all fur and stuff, because that'd be too obvious, right? But it's Super Saiyan 4.
It's a simple, very similar idea.
I want to bring up something I didn't think about, is they never actually they never say Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. They never say that in the movie. They mention the legendary Super Saiyan as a fear of Frieza's, but it's never saying, oh no, like in the original movie he said, that's the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta says that. That's never said in here.
No,
so that's interesting in here. Is Broly the legendary Super Saiyan?
That.
I think he is, but there could be a part that he's not.
It's, I mean, you got the Kefla, and it's a discussion. I'd really like to see kind of what you guys think about it in the comment section, because I don't think Toriyama put that line of dialogue in there that, no, I've never seen someone like this, when we all know in the Tournament of Power that Kefla was an homage to Broly from the original stuff. Like, she is a female carbon copy of Broly. Like, that's exactly what she was. So you had the old school Broly, now you got this new school Broly, and you're telling me that they're different due to the dialogue that is purposely placed into the film, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, what is the difference? And this is kind of the only conclusion that we've kind of come up to talking about it, is one has to be kind of a Berserker Super Saiyan, and one has to be more of closer to Super Saiyan form, Great Ape in base form.
Let us know in the comments. We want to hear everything, because we're open to anything.
I'm interested. It's just something I was thinking about. Our next one, that Geely, I think her name was, the one chick that was friends with Broly, talked about the little pelt thing, the green pelt on his waist, and he's like, don't touch that. That was my friend Ba. And, you know, she was talking about it, and she was like, oh, it's like, well, you're just kind of like this kind-hearted guy that your only friend was an animal growing up, you know? And, like, when she first said that, my first thought was, that sounds a lot like Goku from Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? Like, he was friends with all the animals, like, his grandpa died, he was out living by himself in the woods, like, both really innocent, sweet kids, had a lot of latent abilities, and it kind of made me think of, you know, like, it kind of has a juxtaposition of, like, Broly was born in a very similar circumstance, raised a different way, raised to be a tool of destruction. Goku is kind of raised more peacefully, and just, they both have the same power, but how did it really affect it? And I think it's kind of an interesting discussion to have.
Let's talk about the way they were sent off. So something I loved is that, I
forgot about that too.
Goku was sent off in love, is what I like to think about. So Bardock sent him off because he wanted him to survive. Broly was sent off by King Vegeta to die.
Out of fear.
One was sent off to live, one was sent to die. That's very interesting, because you think of, like, oh, Broly's a monster. He was sent to die, okay? The other one was sent to live. So, monster is a strong word to use, considering of how he was brought up and how he was sent away by his own people, by his own king. And I know he was told that because of Paragus having his hate for the Vegeta family.
Yeah.
But it's a great discussion. I loved everything about the differences between Broly and Goku, and the similarities. A lot of similarities between them.
It was really cool. Like, you got
love for
a little
fighting
into it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it definitely, I thought there was enough there to kind of really have that discussion, to be honest. So, another one, guys. You know,
again, let us know in the comments where you saw Broly and Goku. Go ahead.
Next one. This one, Carrie's not so big on it. This is kind of my more personal feelings, but just from the ending that we saw in Dragon Ball Super with, you know, Frieza helping everybody win and kind of, like, actually taking one for the team. Even though it was just so he could live, understand that. But I kind of get this feeling that Frieza's kind of becoming not at the same stage that Broly is right now. Broly's definitely farther ahead, but him becoming more of an anti-hero.
So, personally, I think he's going to be the God of Destruction. I think he's going to be the new God of Destruction. But he won't be a Beerus character. Because Beerus will chill with them, eat with them, and all that stuff. Frieza is not going to do any of that. You can't convince me that that's going to happen. I'm sorry. Not going to chill with Bulma. Vegeta hates him, right? Vegeta never had any correlation with Beerus besides like one time, you know, back with King Vegeta. But that's it. So, really interesting to think about that. Again, let us know in the comments what you think about that. And
yeah, I never thought. Okay, I didn't think about the God of Destruction thing. I just thought from like his wish not being immortality, not being ultra strength.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I just, it kind of feels like to me he's downgrading his wishes. Like he still wants to kill him.
It is a downgrade.
But I mean, but at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, like Piccolo still wanted to kill Goku, and then he was you know what I mean? Like those feelings were still there. It's a turn of how harsh it's gone. He's not willing to make those big wishes, those super big dramatic steps to take them out. He still wants to take them out. I think more based off of pride than hate, I would say at this point. And that's the only reason I think what I think. I think he's kind of starting to make that curvature and that turn to more of an anti-hero than full-on villain. I don't think...
We were speaking of earlier when you talked about, and it's a random point, but you were bringing up the fact that young Frieza, and I just thought about his first line to all the Saiyans was something like, "What's up, monkeys?"
Yeah,
just I was like, yes!
I mean, that's you got you monkey.
Like,
that's
hello,
always,
monkeys.
That's always been his calling
He's like
card.
this tall. He's like, what, 4 feet tall?
No, I mean, he was like
That's
a
awesome.
little, like, imagine the emo kids that go raw everywhere at each other back in, like, the late 90s. Like, it had a really big reminiscent of that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the end of the speculation stuff, just things we've been talking about. I mean, obviously, what's going to come next, I think Goku's going to have to fight Broly. They're going to get stronger. He has a new opponent. But I'd really like to kind of see what you guys think, just generally. They're going to make another movie and or another series based off the way this ended.
Will Broly fuse with someone? What?
Let's
Oh
not,
my
let's
God,
not jump
no,
into
no.
crazy stuff here, man.
Yeah, something to think about.
But yeah, well, like, I'd love to hear kind of what you guys think and have some discussions on what you guys think is going to be next for the Dragon Ball universe in general. But now we're just going to kind of discuss, just overall, man, the movie was fantastic. I mean, the movie was phenomenal. I went into it with high expectations. It met every single bar that I had set for it. I'd read that the animation was great, phenomenal. Everything. Like, I'm probably going to go watch it another 2 times before it's out of theaters.
At least. It deserves it. It deserves every view it's getting. It deserves every dollar, everything. It's getting high praise, guys. This thing is big.
It's the best. It's the best movie come out of the Dragon Ball universe. Go watch it. For the love of God.
Please, go watch it.
Here it is.
Yes.
And hey, Los Pinches Niños. Out. Like if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to be caught up on our future content. And as always, fuck Don Krieg.
Fuck Don Krieg. Cool. That end right there, it'd be a good thumbnail. That's what I was trying to get you. I was hoping you would lift it up because it'd be a good thumbnail. I want a good thumbnail for this one. Okay, let's see if it does it right.
No, it's good.